always trying to figure out my style and where to go with my art, and at first it started with just like simple portraits and figure drawings and just more realism and stuff, but as I was trying to more find my way with it, I realized that the only art I really want to create for is for the queer community. A lot of what I see tends to be, like for, I guess, gay artists or gay male artists, tends to be around the beauty of male sexuality and just homosexuality in itself. But for other queer artists, it tends to fall more in terms of having more like gender binaries kind of thrown in. So growing up, listened to like a lot of oldies and stuff, and then in high school got more into like punk and like psychobilly and stuff, and just a lot of the queer community kind of falls around those categories, whether it comes from punk or pop music or oldies, it all picks apart from certain stuff. So a lot of my art tend to just fall around that, I'd say. And then there is also kind of like more of a horror aspect to it too. Still figuring out how my art can correlate within the queer community a little bit, but I think it's just having to kind of keep an open mind of, if I'm drawing a figure, I don't necessarily have to put a gender to it, or I don't have to put a specific sexuality to it, like keep it open for other people within the queer community to add their own story to it, and to just keep communities like that in mind. Because queer is totally a self-expression of how you want to define it. There's really no guidelines to it. It's more kind of a new aspect in a way. I mean, it's something that's always been around, but it's growing and getting shaped more as people contribute to it and people share their own stories of it. So for me personally, it's a kind of still a journey of what I'm trying to figure out it is, but there's, I guess, certain things within my own pieces that I don't even really notice, but do have certain aspects of queer community, and it can be small things such as just kind of a non-gendered figure within a painting, or having more floral aspects and having that kind of be symbolic of other stuff. Despite whether, I think the whole issue with that is that everyone's so based off of online personas right now. If you want to make it as an artist, you have to market yourself. So you have to be on Instagram posts, Facebook, selling your prints off of some type of thing, and just working with people too. So people tend to forget that there is a whole person behind that, and there's a whole story behind that. And I like more so when people share their own narratives, because it adds more personality to it, and that's something personally that I'm about. There's also people who care more about branding and aesthetic, and they're just like, oh, this is what I want, like style that I want to be associated with me, rather than having their own persona associated with them. So like I guess going through high school, I made a lot of like dark art, I guess. Like everything had a type of horror to it, or a type of darkness, and people would say like, why don't you ever draw happy things? Like, why does everything look so like, I don't know, sad or just different? And I never wanted to have to make things for other people. So I think that's also kind of another issue, is that like I was studying graphic design for a bit, and I noticed when I was studying that it's all based on doing things for corporations, doing other people's ideas, which is not something that I particularly fell in line with. I wanted to share my own style and be appreciative of that. So if you are a person also kind of struggling with that, I would say just don't fall within someone else's idea of what you think you should be doing. Just find your own groove with it and work with that.